Hi there, I'm going to do a little stick pin video for you today. I've gotten so many people ask me about the stick pins that I use on my cards, and we sell all the individual component pieces to do it. So I thought it'd be a good video just to show you how to make those. But I kind of want to show you everything that's available. The stick pins come in a pack of 100, and you can get either white or the cream. Okay. There are 5 colors in the opaque frosted teardrop shaped beads, and then we've got 3 brand new metallic ones, and then there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 colors in the crystal teardrop shaped bead to use. Now each one of these packages comes with a large and a small teardrop shape. So it's totally up to you how you want to make your stick pins. If you want to have the bigger teardrop at the top, you can use the littler one, you can use them together, but I'll show you the way that I like to make them and then you can take it from there. We also have the matching pearls to use in between each pieces, and these come in an assorted package with a large size, smaller round size, and then what I call these sort of a tubular shape, which I like to end my stick pins with. Okay, so just to show you how we make these, you want to use glossy accents as the glue to hold them on there. Now it comes in 2 different sizes from Ranger. I'm just going to use the little one for today. So what I do first is I will pick out a couple of the larger pearls, because I usually will do 2 stick pins at a time. I'm just going to do one for the demo today. But if you notice, there's a fairly large hole in these, much larger than the shaft of the pin. The reason for that is you want to have some glue to stay in there and really grab that with. So what I do first is I add a little bit of glossy accents in those larger pearls just to get it to start to get tacky, okay? So do that first. The next thing I do is I decide what I want to put on there color-wise. I've chosen one of these beautiful teal teardrop beads for today. I always put a spacer in between every one of the beads that I use. And in case I forgot to show you these, our spacers come in 2 different shapes. There's the little teeny, what I call snowflake spacers, and then there's the larger, more decorative ones. And you can use both of these. I'm just going to use the little ones for today. So I pop that in, put a little bit of your glossy accents all the way down the shaft of this, and just sort of rub it with the nozzle up and down the top of that. Okay, you can set it there, just let it start to get tacky. It works a tad bit better if it's given a little bit of time exposed to the air. But the next thing I want to do is pop my teardrop bead on there, okay? And I can go back in and add some glossy accents and just sort of swirl it around so it goes inside of that. And I usually will do some from the bottom of this. And just swirl it around so it goes right into the center of that. The goal here is to not only glue the bead to the shaft of the pin, but you want to kind of glue them together so they'll stick better. So I'm going to put a little bit more between there, pop that up there, and just add a tiny bit more. You want to make sure you get enough of it inside of that large gemstone there, because it is going to have the most weight, so it's going to be the hardest to stick, okay? So this one's clear. I can kind of sort of see that I've got a little bit worked up inside the center of that, so that I'm really happy with. So next thing, I'm going to grab another spacer, pop that into place, and now I'm going to go to the bead, or the pearl that I've put the glossy accents in. Put that in there. Grab that, add a little more down here, and you can do the same thing. Just sort of roll it around so it gets up inside the inside of that pearl. Go to another spacer in between. Just pick that up. Pop that down. Now I like to go larger pearl down to the next size pearl. Pop that one on there. Okay. Back to my spacer. And then I'm going to put one of these little cylindrical pearls on the bottom of there. Okay, let me just grab that. Okay, so now that's the arrangement that I want. So I'm going to go back in with some of the glossy accents. and move all these around a little bit. Just make sure that I've got a fair bit of the glossy accents between each one and through the center of the pearls and the teardrop bead, okay? So work that around. And don't worry if you get it a little bit on the outside, you can just wipe it off with a tissue before it dries. Pop that into place. Okay, now if I hold it up and it starts to slide down, then I usually will go back and add a bit more. That's actually looking pretty good. So you can leave them to dry like that, oops, like that, or what I prefer to do is create a little bit of a drying rack. So let me show you what we're going to do here. Depending on what you have handy, I'm just going to use some stacked ink pads there and a foam mat. And then I can pop these in upside down and let them dry so the weight of them will keep them in place. That'll take about 10 minutes to dry, and then you can store them into a pin cushion or a piece of Oasis foam or something to that effect, and just grab them as you need them and put them into your cards. It's a lovely way to do, and this makes a really nice gift too. To make a couple of stick pins to give somebody, it's a really nice and inexpensive way to add a nice gift for a crafter. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. See how simple it is to make, and you have all of these choices. And you can always add in your own beads, little bicones and things like that if you want to personalize it. Really easy to do. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video.